This is the Rangers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, that was a bummer. That was a disappointing loss, to say the least. For most of this season, the Rangers, it's been one step forward and two steps back. Well, this weekend in Pittsburgh, it was two steps forward and one big step back right off the plank as they were ripped by the Pirates today by the final of 8-3. That ends the series. The Rangers win the series, but they will head to Baltimore on a losing note, getting blown out today by the Bucks 8-3. All right, here we go. Welcome into the Rangers Postcast, your team every day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you so much for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That is where you will find the great work of Bryce Paterick every single day, and I know Bryce will have a lot to say about this weekend, and also we'll look ahead to the upcoming series. 3 night games, early starts with the disappointing Baltimore Orioles. But disappointment today for the Rangers for sure. Missed some opportunities, thought they were going to put it away and end on a positive note. It was right there for the taking, and instead they let it get away and end up losing 8-3.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, the day started on kind of a positive note. Welcome back to Wyatt Langford. Good to have Wyatt back in the lineup. Bruce Bochy talking before the game about how they've not only tried to focus on getting to 4 runs, but also communicating to the guys that, hey, you know, every swing does not need to be for the fences. Let's get back to playing baseball here. So they're thinking about that, and it's in their heads, and they're working on that. And I will say they have been better this month, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But I mean, today, the way the day started out, top of the first, the leadoff hit for Sam Haggerty. Just saying. I've been saying about Sam in the leadoff spot. Just saying. Top of the second, leadoff walks for both Marcus Semien and Adolis Garcia. Jonah Heim flew out to left, and then he had back-to-back RBI singles for the Joshes, Josh Smith and Josh Jung. Good to see Josh Jung get a couple of RBIs today. I think he needed that for sure. I'm really hoping, again, with that short left field in Baltimore, maybe we'll see some home runs for everybody this week coming up, but specifically for Josh Jung, who really is in a bad place. That hit for Josh Jung snapped a 13 at bat, or was 13 at bat or 13 game? Might have been game, probably game. Hitless streak for him. So that's bad. He is really fighting it right now, as we have talked about. So the Rangers jump out to a 2-0 lead, and you're thinking, okay, this is what they're supposed to do: take care of business, beat kind of a bad young Pittsburgh Pirates team. And with Jack Leiter, I mean, usually, his struggles are in the 3rd, 4th inning. He has one bad inning and gets out of trouble and ends up doing enough and giving the team a chance to win. I thought that after kind of struggling a little bit in the first time through the lineup, I thought, okay, maybe second time through the order, he was going to settle down, and he kind of did. To his defense, I mean, these are, again, this is not to make an excuse, but I mean, these are these are the growing pains. He is still growing. He is still learning. He's got to deal with the heat and being tired and fatigued. And I mean, he's pitching more at this level, and that's all part of the process, all part of learning and growing and sharpening and becoming better. And today was just he was fighting it. He threw some good pitches at times, but for him to really be effective, I mean, it's got to be the whole package. He has to be able to throw his slider for strikes, fastball command really has to be on at this level. And he was throwing the curve. It was kind of hit and miss with that. Threw a couple of good change-ups that I liked, but it just clearly the Pirates were sitting on him and they were waiting, and they did a good job. They waited him out and took advantage, made him work, got some counts in their favor. But that wasn't, I mean, look, bottom line is it was still before they tied it up in the fourth, I mean, they were still up 2-0. Then it was 2-2. But I think for the Rangers, forget the pitching. I mean, again, clutch hits. I mean, every game, clutch hits. They've been better. They've scored more. They've been better. It's been a lot better, but still not good enough. Top of the third, Sam Haggerty. There you go. Leadoff double. Wyatt walked. Rangers didn't score with 2 on and nobody out. Bucks tied it with 3 straight singles and a sac fly in the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fifth, Duran gets the infield hit. Haggerty a walk, 2 on, nobody out again. Rangers didn't score. And then in the bottom of the fifth, Leiter walks O'Neill Cruz to begin the inning. Caleb Bosley comes in, and that was the ball game. The Bucks blow it open with 5 runs. And I'll say this, I felt bad for Adolis. Just got a bad read on that ball, got a bad jump, and that's probably, I would say, probably the only misplay that we've probably seen from Adolis Garcia this season in what has been, to me, a Gold Glove caliber season in the outfield. And that was tough because that really, I mean, it was still, the game was still there in the balance. And then when that went over his head, that was it, game over. And so tough for Adolis. I'm not gonna bang him too hard. Just like I said, I think got a bad jump, bad read. I don't think really got a good view of the ball, and sometimes those balls can kind of speed up and sneak up on you in a hurry, and he just didn't look comfortable with it at all. And usually he's really, really good with that. And so that was it. Bruce Bochy didn't raise the Jolly Roger, but he raised the white flag, and Caleb Bosley finished the game. Gave them innings. He helped the bullpen, but giving up the 5 runs did not help, and that was not good. And so I think Caleb's role, unfortunately, every team has a guy that's kind of a long man, pitch when we don't want to, when we're losing or we're in a big hole. That's not when he came in. It was still close when he came in, but at that point, Bruce just said, okay, that's it, game over. Top of the 6th, the Adolis leadoff walk. Jonah Heim a base hit. They did get 1 run on the ground out by Josh Jung to make it 7-3, and then the Bucks added another one in the bottom of the 7th, and that was it. 15 hits on the day today for the Pirates. 15 hits, only 6 for the Rangers, and again, their struggles continue. So my big takeaway from today is, look, I mean, the Rangers won the series. That's good. They're playing better this month. That's good for sure. No doubt about that. They're winning series now. That's good, aside from the sweep to the Royals. But the offense, not good enough. Better, but not good enough. Just like when you look at the standings in the American League, clearly in the American League, there are teams that are on one level, and the Rangers are not there. They're not. And if they're going to be a championship team, they're going to have to get there, and they're going to have to get better. But they're not there right now. And, we're wrapping up June here. They're not there yet. There's time to do that. But clearly, this was a letdown. They should have beaten this team, and they've got to do better. Period. That's it. So hopefully they'll regroup tomorrow, get back at it tomorrow. Patrick Corbin on the mound in Baltimore. Should be a lot of runs in this series with the Orioles. We'll see. It's going to be really, really hot, and we'll see what they can do. But the numbers don't lie. You heard it on the TV broadcast. The Rangers 27-4 when they score 4 runs or more. Now 11-36. 11-36 when they don't score 4 runs. So that's it right there. All right, when we come back, want to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew, the RCC. Thank you, Al, for that. I love it. The RCC. We're going to get to that when we come back. Also, we have a little update on the rotation we'll share with you as well. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. All right, well, this was a nutty finish to this game today, but thankfully, there is wonderful pistachios. If you're looking for a snack that is both delicious and nutritious, crack into a good source of protein with wonderful pistachios. Wonderful pistachios, one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they are packed with fiber and better for you, unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. And summer sports are now in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights or golf on the green, or how about some high stakes soccer action, well, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. It's easy to use, fast to pay out, and makes even regular season games feel like must-watch events. So, if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the Rangers POSTCAST. Disappointing defeat today for the Rangers. They fall in the finale in Pittsburgh 8-3. Let's get to you via the Rangers comment crew, RCC. And leading us off again is Alf. Good afternoon, Alf. And hope your wife is having a good day as well. Alf says, well, that was painful. Leiter just didn't have it today. RCC, Rangers comment crew, Pigulet. Yeah. Leiter, he was able to grind. He was able to fight and to try to hang in there. It was hot. But again, like I said, these are just the growing pains that, he's going to have to learn from and build off of and rebound from. Ended up throwing 88 pitches. Great opportunity, though. Great motivation for him when he returns home, because he will take them out in what will be a very big game next weekend at Globe Life against Seattle. BB says, I think they needed to take Leiter out of the game earlier. Also, this team doesn't hit well under pressure. Yeah, that's true. That's I think that's the statement of the season so far, for sure, BB. And I'm not being sarcastic. I agree with you. It's starting to show. Just get to the All-Star break with a record at around 500. Well, they had a chance to get back to 500 again today, but they did not do so and are now 38-40. Alf asking about Bob Brower, Yu Darvish, or Juan Gone. You didn't have any personal interactions with him. I will say with Juan Gone, I may have said this before, but Juan Gone was, when you watched him play and when you would see him, I mean, he was part of a Rangers lineup that had a lot of pop, and I mean, he was a big time hitter in his era, but he was the quietest, sweetest, gentle guy you would ever meet. I mean, really, I guess what I'm trying to say is what he was like off the field was completely different than the Juan Gone that you saw on the field. He's just a great guy. Sad because that whole era is kind of overshadowed by alleged steroid and PED use, but no, he was a great hitter and great player, great ball player. Doesn't get brought up, I think. I mean, he was one of the best when he was playing, for sure. Al says, wish we had Lowe. Yeah, curious to see what, I know Chris Young. I know I'm pretty confident he's going to do something before the deadline. I'm curious to see what he does. Alf says, agree with Sam. He's a natural leadoff man. Alf says, everyone have a blessed day. Yep. Alf, the Rangers guru. I like that. BB says, are we seeing some World Series hangover? That's a great question. I think not so much hangover. I think that was kind of the issue last season. I think this season, honestly, we've talked about this before, BB. I mean, the whole view going into the season was, will the Rangers, will their pitching work out? But the good news is they're going to have their offense. Well, it's been the complete exact opposite. Their pitching has been lights out. Been a little, they've had a couple bumps in the road here the last couple of weeks, but their pitching, rotation, and bullpen have been lights out, but the hitting has just been horrible. And I don't think it's a hangover. I just think that because I said this before, baseball, of all the sports, right? Of all the sports, when you're expected to win, when you're favored to win, it's hard, man. It's guys, it's just a weird thing. Guys have a hard time under that pressure. And I think with this team, everybody expected them to come out of the gate and mash and hit home runs and score a lot of runs. And because they struggled out of the gate, I mean, they just can't, they can't get out of their own way. They can't, they're just under all this pressure to hit. And it's sucked out all the joy, all of the energy and the swagger, because they've been fighting and scratching so hard, trying to get their offense going. So, my hope has been that, maybe they bottomed out, at the end of May, coming into June, and that the worst is behind them, and now they're finally starting to get out of the hole. But as I said in the open, I mean, they're not there yet, and they need to get going. They need to do better. I mean, the big thing is, more than anything, is like they can't afford to have 7-8 guys in the lineup go 2 weeks without hitting. I mean, it's a long season. Everybody's going to have bad games, but with this group right now, the gulfs, the gaps are too big. Like, yeah, these horrific funks collectively can't happen. They need to balance that out and get out of that, and they're not there yet. Herschel Barnes says last year the Rangers record was 78-84. I know there's a lot of games to be played, but it's starting to look like a repeat of last year. And finally, BB says their pitching has prevented them from collapsing. They need to act like underdogs like in 23. Yeah, well, the good thing is the Astros, not good, but I'm saying from a narrative standpoint, the Astros are in first. The Mariners are having a great season. And so once we kind of get into July, I think a lot of people are going to write the Rangers off. And I've said this before, I still think this offense can do a lot better. And I still think you can't waste the pitching they've had this season. So they're going to be, if they can, keep afloat, like one of you said, maybe it was you, BB, but just keep right there. They'll be in a prime position to make a run. They have the talent, but they have to do it, and they haven't done it yet. Train Guy says, especially the Baltimore series now a must sweep. I have the bad feeling about the Seattle series at home. I don't like sounding like a doomer, but that's what I'm seeing. And John Crabtree says, well, they can't hit, and now the starting pitching is beginning to falter. Looks like another year of missing the playoffs. I hope not, John. I hope not. I really don't. The good news is Nathan Eovaldi is going to be back this week. Not sure if it's going to be in Baltimore or Seattle. I'm thinking maybe that opener against the Mariners that Friday night, but we'll see. I still think the pitching is good enough, and you just got to get the offense going. I think they're better than what we've seen. They don't need to be that. I mean, you just need to score one more run a game. And I mean, right now that seems like a ton, but really it shouldn't be with the hitters they have. It really shouldn't. So we'll see. All right, guys. Hey, great show. That I appreciate you guys getting in on a Sunday. We'll do it again tomorrow night. A little programming note. I've got to record something. Our Cowboys squad show. We do one every Monday night, so I'm going to be multitasking, but I will be on. Shouldn't affect when I come on, but if I'm a little bit late, that's why. But everything, I'll be on regardless, and we'll be good to go. But thank you for being a part of the show. The RCC, love you guys. Let's hang in there and let's see what happens here. Big series in Baltimore. We'll see what they can do. Hopefully you can join me after these games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But try to enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll do it again. Final score today, though, the Rangers fall in Pittsburgh. They win the series, but lose the finale 8-3. This has been the Rangers Postcast.